All right, so today we're doing an APAC reduced sodium ready meal. This is the sweet and sour sauce with rice and chicken, and we're gonna get into this thing because I haven't eaten all day and I'm hungry. Let's see what all we've got. So we have a flameless ration heater. We'll be using that today. We have a Joy Squared sweet potato grape smoothie. A Recovery Bar salted caramel marshmallow crisp. That sounds pretty tasty. We have a sleeve to put the flameless ration heater and our main in to heat up. And then we have our main, which is the sweet and sour chicken, or sweet and sour sauce with rice and chicken. Now, normally, if I can find a link for these, I'll leave it down in the description. I'll also have a link down there for the MREs, the military ones that I've been eating. And that is an Amazon affiliate link if y'all use it, just to be transparent. But this one I didn't purchase. We received this back during Hurricane Helene last year. The National Guard was giving these out to folks because everybody's power was out and not everybody had a way to eat food. My dad had more than he needed, so he shared a couple cases with us, and that's where I got this. Now, there are 6 different meals. We'll be trying all 6 of them over the course of the next however long it takes me to work up the courage to eat these reduced sodium meals. But anyway, without any more, let's go ahead and get into this. If I find a link, I will put it in the description. But if you've never used a flameless ration heater before, you open it up, you put your main in, and you fill water up to the line. And then you kind of hold it horizontally. I'm going to be doing all this in just a second, but you hold it horizontally, let it heat up, and stuff it in the sleeve and prop it up against a rock or something is what the military ones say to do. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this heated up. And it does not take much water. All right, so the way these things work is it's an exothermic reaction that's caused by water basically turbo rusting this magnesium iron compound, I believe, that's in these things. It does off-gas hydrogen, so you don't want to do a bunch of these in a really small enclosed space, and you also don't want to do them right next to an open flame. But this is starting to heat up. I don't know if y'all can hear that through the mic. It's kind of subtle. But anyway, you take this, once it gets that reaction started pretty good, and you stuff it in the sleeve. Make sure your heater is under your food, and then we're gonna set that off to the side while we try some of these snacks. So that usually takes anywhere from 10, 15 minutes to heat up. Those flameless ration heaters work pretty well, but if you have access to electricity or a fire, boil some water and stick the pouch in some hot water. It works much better to heat them, but in a pinch, those flameless ration heaters are nice, and that's why these are known as ready meals or meals ready to eat, MREs. Anyway, let's go ahead and try this salted caramel marshmallow crisp recovery bar, and it is in another sleeve. Now, as I'm trying these things, I will have the calories up on the screen. The reason I do that is it's emergency food. You need calories to survive. So I like to let people know what to expect and what kind of calorie density are in these things in case they're picking them up to store for hurricane season or something. But without any more, let's try out this salted caramel marshmallow crisp. All right, so it is a puffed, it's got some crisp bits in it. I'm imagining some of that's puffed rice, but they use some other things in these as well sometimes. Barley malt extract, rice bran, soy protein crisps, and tapioca starch. So there's several crisps in there. It looks like there's a few oats in there too. I'm not sure if y'all could see that on the close-up, but anyway, let's give it a try. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. If you've ever had like a caramel flavored protein drink, it tastes kind of like that, like one of those meal replacement shakes or something. But it's got a good flavor to it, got little crunchy bits in it, and it's not bad at all. That would fill you up, or at least help, and give you some calories, and it's sweet. It's a nice sweet thing. And this is the only other thing we have in the snack thing. Oh, let's go ahead and talk about this. We have this little accessory kit. Most of your MREs of any type will come with some sort of accessory kit. This one has a pretty flimsy, for lack of a better word, spoon. That's not the best spoon in the world, but it is a spoon. We also have some pepper, some gluten-free, sodium-free seasoning. Okay. And then we have some iodized salt, which I will need because this is a low sodium meal. And it's, according to the packaging, it contains 54% less sodium than their regular A-Pack sweet and sour sauce with rice and chicken entree. So it's, if you need a low sodium meal, that's great. If you don't, these things have a reputation for not being the best tasting. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. I put this off as long as I can. I'm gonna go ahead and try the smoothie. So normally I have these cups off to the side with water in them for mixing any kind of powdered drink beverage we'd have, which you get a lot of those in your military MREs, but there is no powdered beverage in this one, no coffee or anything. So we're just gonna take this sweet potato grape smoothie, and I will let y'all see what it looks like, and we'll try it. Okay, well anyway, the initial smell is very sweet, almost baby food-like. So I'm gonna make a clean cut so I can squeeze this out a little better. Okay. If y'all can't see this right now, don't worry, I'll pick it up and show y'all in just a second. At the end, I will post the total calories that were in the bag as well. I always try to do that. And by the way, I don't know how this is going to go because the smell is kind of already telling me I may not be too keen on this. But if you're looking for emergency food and these don't wind up being the best thing in the world, check out the normal MREs if you use the link in the description. Right now, as of the filming of this, they're quite reasonable, but I don't know when you're going to be viewing this video, obviously. So there's a little bit more than this. I'll squeeze out of the pouch in a minute, but here's what you're looking at. This very thick consistency. It is a smoothie consistency. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to get what's left of this out. I may time lapse a little bit because this is my supper. So I haven't eaten all day, so I'm gonna eat it. I really do try to give these things the best chance I can because I figure if I'm ever using them for what they're intended for, I'll be pretty hungry. And that's another thing to keep in mind. Whether or not I like this, something like this could keep you alive in an emergency or keep your family or friends alive. Or this Joy Squared brand, I'm not 100% sure, but it seems almost like a baby food. Double check that before you feed this to a baby, but that's what it smells and looks like. Anyway, all right, I can't put it off any longer. Let's go ahead and try this sweet potato grape smoothie. Wow. So it is super sweet. It is not as bad as it smelled. I can't say it's my favorite, but the sweetness level, this has got to have more than sweet potato, banana puree, white grape juice concentrate, maltodextrin, and sugar. Wow. Okay. It's not the worst tasting thing in the world, but it is extraordinarily sweet. And it is, I don't really get the sweet potato. I do get the grape juice concentrate and the sugar and the banana. I'm not really tasting a lot of sweet potato. I'm gonna finish this though. Very thick. It does not drink like a drink. It drinks like a smoothie. You know, once you get used to that initial shock of how sweet it is, it's not terrible. And it will definitely give you some energy because there is a lot of sugar going on there. So, to get the last few calories out, I'm going to use my shaker cup. And why are you doing that, you say? Because I'm hungry and I'm trying to give that a minute to heat up. So anyway, that is all of the items tried except for the main. So I'm going to give that a few more minutes to heat up. I'm going to eat these snacks. I'm going to time lapse y'all so you don't have to watch me sit here and struggle to eat this. And then we'll come back for the main. See y'all in a second. These have a handy second tear notch so you can get your meal out without burning your fingers. It is nice and piping hot. I don't know if y'all can see that steam coming out of the bag. Sometimes you can see it on the camera, sometimes you can't. But that all being said, it is nice and warm. Parts of it are hot. I kneaded it up and this is a pro tip, knead it up some before you take it out of the sleeve so you don't burn your fingers. But this is moderately hot. Once again, if you have access to like a way to boil water, heat these up. Just throw them in a pot of boiling or really hot water and let them heat up that way, and you'll get a much more even, nice hot meal. If not, these flameless ration heaters work okay. This one worked okay. You'll have mixed results though. If you use a lot of them, you'll realize that. But there is a good bit of stuff in this pouch. It smells kind of sweet and sour. Also very much like a Hormel Complete meal. Kind of got that, canned food smell, or packed food smell. But this is the sweet and sour chicken. Not much to look at, but there's some rice, there's the sauce. There should be some chicken in there, although I'm not seeing large chunks, so maybe it's shredded. It's very sweet smelling. Oh, I think I might have found a chunk of chicken. It's very, very small pieces of chicken. But anyway, there is a good bit in the pouch. We only had the 3 items, so anyway, we're about to see how this tastes, and then I'll try it with some of these other things they put in the pack. Going in. I'm gonna have another bite of that before I add any salt or anything. The rice actually has a okay consistency. It's firm, got a little bit of a chew to it. It's not crunchy or anything. It's just good firm rice. It's not mushy is what I'm saying. And some of it is, some of it isn't. The sauce is very sweet, not getting the sour as much. I am getting the little bits of chicken, which are kind of like canned chicken, but it's not bad. It does need salt to my taste though. So I am going to try adding the salt, pepper, and this little packet of gluten-free, sodium-free seasoning to see if that improves the taste any. So give me just a second. Now, obviously, if you have other spices and stuff in your kit, you can always augment and add things. I just like to try them with what you get so that y'all get an honest representation of what to expect if you're ever eating one of these meals. Yeah, and you don't have any other way to heat it up or do anything or add anything to it. Although one thing and one recommendation I've had from a lot of people is to make sure you have some spices in your camp kit or your bug out bag. And if you're at home after a hurricane or something, hopefully you got some spices or something in your cabinet and some more salt and stuff if it needs it. But anyway, here's with all of the pepper, salt, and that little packet of other stuff that came with it. I put all 3 of them in here. I'm gonna give it a try. That made it worlds better. Same flavors and everything, just a little bit more salty. Get a little bit of spice from the pepper. Definitely, unless you have a reason to not eat sodium, like heart condition or hypertension, something like that, it tastes better to me with that salt in it, for sure. All right, so in summary, normally I put the calories up on the screen, but since there were only 3 items, I did the math in my head. It's 1,050 calories for all 3 of the items in the bag. And all in all, this was not a terrible meal. I liked the salted caramel marshmallow bar. That was nice, very chewy. It actually gave my jaw a bit of a workout, but it was tasty. The sweet potato grape smoothie is super sweet, and it would take some getting used to before I would say it's good, but it's not terrible. Once you get over the initial reaction to the sweetness, I was able to drink the rest, and it was somewhat pleasant. It wasn't great. The main was pretty good after, for prepackaged food, pretty good after I added the other things. Is it my favorite MRE of all time? No. So when would I purchase this? Well, one, if the National Guard gives you this during a hurricane or something, this menu isn't bad. It's definitely edible. Add the salt, that sort of thing, and it was not bad. Would I buy this? I think that would come down to the price. With the case of these, you get 6 different menus, which we'll be trying, and you get 2 of each, so you get 12 total. 1,050 calories, not bad for an MRE, but there's not a lot of variety in this meal. With the military MREs I would typically eat, you get more drinks. Sometimes you get coffee. Sometimes you get some candy. There's a little bit more variety and different little snacks and things to eat. So this one was a little lackluster. But if I was buying them, it would really depend on the price. Right now, as of the filming of this, as I mentioned before, military MREs, surplus MREs are super cheap, like between $3 and $4 a meal. If y'all want them, link in the description and the pinned comment, like I said before. But I have seen where regular MREs were super expensive. And if that's the case when you're watching this video, and you can pick these up reasonably, it's not bad, and it's calories, and it may even be, I don't know if it's healthier than a normal MRE. Definitely, if you need low sodium, it's better for you. But that smoothie tasted like it was probably a little more healthy for you than some of the like protein shakes and stuff you get in the regular MREs. So that is something to consider. But yeah, for the price right now, as of the filming of this, I would go with a military MRE. I like the way some of those menus taste better. You get a greater variety of menus. It's 12 different meals per case, and there's 2 different cases for a total of 24 different meals. So I would prefer that. Not all of those meals are as palatable as this one, though. So if all 6 of these meals wind up being good, maybe this would be a better option for some people. But anyway, those are my thoughts about it. I really hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you made it this far. I've got playlists of other MRE reviews if you want to check some of those out. Regular MREs, cold weather rations, 24-hour challenges I did with the first strike rations, and I'm going to be eating all kinds of other emergency food and stuff too over the coming months and years as this channel progresses. So check those out. Also, we do a bunch of silly videos where we eat international food and like try stuff out, and me and my wife play back and forth, and we have a lot of fun with those. So if you want something a little more entertaining than this, go check out some of our international reviews or some of the ones where we tried fast food meals and stuff, because we have a lot of fun with those, and yeah, we get a lot of laughs out of it. So hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Later. All right, so for bonus content, obviously got a bunch more cold weather rations. I got the rest of that case that I cracked open in the last video. Going to be trying these out. Got a bunch more 24-hour rations we're going to be doing. Plus, I'm looking into getting some other civilian option MREs and things to just try out, emergency foods of different kinds. Also, I'm going to throw together some of the things that I stock and eat that I enjoy. Because one of the things is, if you're ever in a prolonged emergency situation where you're without power for a week or more, having some comfort foods that you know you like can really help. You know, also having little things like cards, ways to play games with your kids if the TV and stuff aren't, things like that. So I'm going to be putting together, hopefully in the coming months, some videos that are kind of geared toward the stuff that not only the obvious emergency food I have, but the stuff I keep in the pantry. I eat normally, and then I also have extra on hand that I just kind of rotate stock out of for when emergencies happen. Like I've got a bunch of Hormel chili because I enjoy Hormel chili, that sort of thing. And there's other things we stock too that we just kind of rotate and we keep more than we need. But that all being said, thank y'all so much. Normally I'd be like, oh, look at my opening device, but for the main bag I used my hands today. For the other stuff I used that little Ozark Trail knife that's a knockoff of the Benchmade Bug Out that I'm still carrying, and still for a $10 knife I still like it, just so y'all know. And if you stuck around this long, I greatly appreciate you. Please leave me some comments if you've ever had any of these meals, what you thought of them, yeah, any other tips y'all have, foreign food we should try, anything like that. All comments are read and greatly appreciated, and I respond to them just as quick as I can. Thank y'all, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.